You got to compete for every single dollar. And even Starbucks is learning this. A change that they're making because sales have been down. They've got the new CEO, Brian Nichols. And look, I haven't changed. I'm not a big Starbucks guy, right? I like what people do locally. I try and search them out, try and spend my money that way. But we've all dealt with a Starbucks in whatever trip that we're on. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. We right now are seeing that Starbucks is trying to figure out how they can bring customers back in the door. Sales are down. They bring in the new CEO. That CEO then announces that they're going to commute from San Francisco to Seattle. They're going to commute, which means they're going to take the company plane, to which people said, what about the environment? And for Starbucks employees, that seems to be something that moves them. That's a bit of foreshadowing to this conversation. Then the CEO says, you know what the problem is? The problem is we aren't doing what Starbucks does. We have to get back to being Starbucks. And they start by saying, you know, these discounts and deal, gone, done. Well, I thought you want to bring sales in the door. You're not going to bring discounts or anything else. And then they say, as a matter of fact, we're no longer charging for certain milk products. I don't know if it's almond milk or whatever. We don't charge extra for that anymore. So no more discounts, but no more charges. You with them so far, Fingers Malloy?
No, not at all. Well, listen, I know this is an apples and oranges type of conversation.
Right.
But if you compare that to, say, McDonald's, and the amount of promotional offers that are available through the McDonald's app, people are becoming more and more accustomed to having these freebies, these extras thrown in on the app. And if you're the most expensive coffee chain and you're saying, you know, those discounts we used to offer you, nah, we're going to take those away. But hey, good news, your almond milk in your coffee is free. Is that enough to draw people in, or is that just another reason to turn people off? I think we have now found the fundamental difference between us. The Starbucks customer isn't going to McDonald's for anything. I understand what you're saying as far as they aren't going to McDonald's, but what I'm saying is that people are accustomed to having discounts thrown to them all the time on an app, and if Starbucks' plan is to eliminate much of that, right, I think that may turn some customers off who are already maybe saying to themselves, do I really want to spend $8 on a cup of coffee?
Which is a big deal, which brings us to the thing that they're doing that I think is most fascinating. They're writing the names again. So during COVID, because I guess it meant less talking or less connection, they would print your name on a little sticker. And you've been to Starbucks before, put the sticker on the cup and that's it. They're going back to writing down your name. To do that, the barista, they call them baristas, by the way, in case you didn't know, the barista says, and your name is? And then they write it on the cup. I love it. Because what the argument is that it's supposed to be about the experience for the customer, our guest, however they may describe it. Everyone thinks that a little bit differently. So let's give them an experience. Let us turn the conversation back to who's important, which is them, which brings me to where I wanted to go with this. First, you don't think that writing the name on the cup means anything?
Oh, I believe that. I could totally understand where you're going with that it's more of a personal experience, which is something that I think you have to do if you are saying, we want you to spend, of course I'm exaggerating, $8 on a cup of coffee.
Not if you're talking about something with an extra whip and then you get a shot of this and then a double that and a foam this. I don't know.
Coffee.
I don't know. I go so far as an Americano at the Starbucks. Have you ever had an Americano?
Oh, absolutely.
No, you haven't.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, but most of the time I like a macchiato with caramel and a twist of lemon. It's like $17.
I had no idea.
Look at me.
Look at you. You're wearing a beanie indoors, and I didn't know you were actually living the lifestyle now.
Do I look like I'm going for anything low-cal in a cup of coffee?
Actually, if you want something good, Breve. So basically, it's coffee, and the rest of it is steamed half and half.
Oh.
Oh yeah, super fattening, so good.
And with the caramel on top?
I guess if you just want the full diabetes. So I did it Wilford Brimley style. I ain't apologizing. So the writing on the cup, which is a signal of it has to be about the customer. If that's the case, Starbucks, allow us here at Eat, Drink, Smoke, Tony Katz and Fingers Malloy, that's Fingers right there. He's the one wearing the hat. Allow us to help you with this and go one step further. No more flags, no more political sloganeering, just serve coffee. Now, anybody who works at Starbucks can have any politics they choose. We may disagree with it, but we ain't here to judge it. You be you. You're an American. You're serving coffee in America. You have any political thought you want. You want to go be an activist somewhere? You go right ahead. You want to engage in a protest? Knock yourself out. You want to write a blog? Make whatever it is you want to do. Fingers Malloy and I, we're behind you 100% in your pursuit of happiness. But if it's about the customer, don't tell me about it. Tell me about coffee and nothing but coffee.
Make Starbucks like a cigar lounge. And what do I mean by that? You know, we've talked about this all the time, that the cigar lounge is a great unifier. You've got a plumber sitting next to a lawyer smoking a cigar. Nobody is getting angry about each other's politics or anything like that. Starbucks should be a welcoming environment for a Trump supporter, a Harris supporter, even if you voted for Pedro. It should be a place where everyone could go in and enjoy a cup of coffee. That should be an escape.
First of all, Pedro, Napoleon Dynamite reference. Secondly, he's right. Fingers is right. And Brian, can I call you Brian? Brian, you got to listen to us. The barista may get angry. The problem is that in so much of corporate America, we've catered to the idea that the employees not only have a right to believe something, which I agree they do, have the right to say it to the customer, which I do not believe they do, and is actually, if you question it, you're somehow preventing them from engaging their free speech, which doesn't exist on the clock. Make it about the customer. Make it about their experience enjoying your product. By the way, if Starbucks wants to really start getting customers, allow cigar smoking inside the Starbucks. I tried my best there, Fingers. I really did. But we love the concept. But take the rest of it away. And I mean, I'm talking about, I truly believe that anything outside of an American flag should not be in any shop. Really, it shouldn't be in a school or anything else. The American flag, that's it. Make it about, if you want to make it about us, really do.
Yes.
I appreciate the emphatic support there.
Yes.